I actually wonder why Fujimoto makes Chainsaw Man the strongest devil. Like, why not other devils, since their powers come from fear? I don't think Chainsaw would be that powerful. Okay, listen here. I think I've talked about it before. Why the fuck do I look shiny again? Anyway, because I've asked myself the same thing. Why is it that the Chainsaw Devil is the most fear-inducing devil? Why is it that the Chainsaw Devil deletes human fears by eating them? Why is he the hero of hell? Why? Right? There's so many questions, like, why him? Why the Chainsaw Devil? And, I don't know what I said that time, but I think it's just random. Or we're gonna get a plausible explanation later on, but sometimes things just are the way they are, even though they make no sense. Like, in a logical way, right? Sometimes things just are. And you can't explain why. Why that in particular. And also another thing that I wanted to address. And then I forgot what it was, but I've been told that I should address it because... Oh yeah! Hold on. It was basically the Twitter thread that I made a month ago, maybe over a month ago, with the help of David. Because... let me just find the screenshots because I think this is... It's theory time. Okay, I think this is gonna help us understand Chainsaw Man a little better, or at least how Fujimoto is operating with his manga. Now, I don't know where the fuck to start. Where did I say this? Okay, my theory. Okay, let me just start with the thread because there's just so much that I could address. So my question was, why was it that Makima is one of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse? Because Makima has said in part 1 that she wants to better the world because the world is just riddled with war, disease, illnesses, and other bad stuff. Death, hunger, shit like that she just could get rid of, right? She just needs to be in control. She could be the god of the new world and make it a better world. So it doesn't make sense to me initially why she would be one of the horsemen, because all of the horsemen are bad. They're adversaries of humanity. They bring bad things to humanity. That is their purpose. And in my memory, the 4 horsemen were pestilence, war, hunger, disease. So I didn't know which one Makima was supposed to be. And David said, according to that, I also wanted to mention that after reading chapter 1, I did some reading on the 4 horsemen. In the Bible, only death is officially named. The others are only described by the appearance of their horse and what they bring. And that's why some people interchange the first horse, white, with either pestilence or conquest. And conquest in Japanese is the same character vocab is used for control, and Makima is the control devil. So she is dominance, control, conquest, subjugation. That's why she's the 4th horseman. People who say it's pestilence push conquest and war together, yeah, that's what I did. And war together, and people who say it's conquest push pestilence and famine together. Even in popular media, you'll find people choosing whichever one they prefer. When I read it the first time, I actually had your same thought process because I was more used to pestilence being one of them. Yes. And that's what he said. And Then he also sent a picture. When I looked up art of them, Conquest fits Makima. They're always drawn as regal divine kings. Their weapon is a bow, which could explain Makima's long-range finger weapon, but that's probably me reaching. I think that's very plausible. It makes sense. And David also said, also an interesting thing about famine. In the Bible, it's described as a famine that only affects the masses, not the rich. Famine is always drawn with a scale. I think it's more interesting to see them as inequality, which I like on this channel because we're all about socialism and fighting income inequality. So I like that message. I'd like it if that was true. And yeah, I said in response to that, fucking class struggle right in the Bible, goddamn. Sorry about the language. Quite fitting for the followers of a proto-communist. I mean, Jesus here. He was a proto-communist. And then I made this thread where I said, it makes sense for Makima to be one of the horsemen. However, I do not understand why Fujimoto chose to make her one. Because, you know, all the horsemen are adversaries of humanity. And Makima is very human-loving. She wants to better humanity. So her being one of the horsemen, it doesn't fit into... what do you call it? Into that logic. You know, 3 horsemen are bad, but 1 is good. Like, 3 are enemies to humanity and 1 is a friend? Why? And then I said, Makima is a human-friendly devil, hence her appearance, because Fujimoto has established in part 1 that devils that are very close to humanity and yeah, very humane too, that are very friendly to humans, they also are more human in appearance. Hence her appearance, a world without control and order, which is the antithesis to the Chainsaw Devil and his embodiment of chaos. We don't know why the Chainsaw Devil is the embodiment of chaos. As I said, maybe he just is. We're gonna find out, because in Pochita as a devil, look at this thing. It doesn't look intimidating, right? Pochita was totally beaten up. We don't know why. We don't know why in the first chapter Pochita looks like a bubbly little dog, and why Pochita was so beaten up, and why Pochita was in the human realm in the first place. Because that would mean that the Chainsaw Devil got defeated and reborn into the human world. Why? How? And also, how the fuck did Makima come into the human world, but also retained all her memory? Angel, in part 1, the Angel Devil, you remember? The twink. He said that the only thing that all devils who are reborn into the human world can remember only one thing, and that's the sound of the chainsaw, right? So, why do all of them lose their memories, but Makima did not? Why is she the memory of hell? How? Why? Why her? Why the Chainsaw Devil? So these are all questions that I can't wait to see answered by Fujimoto. But yeah, a slight correction. Angel didn't specify all devils, but just the ones from the public safety patrol he personally talked to. But yeah, but it implies all of them. It implies, but it could be just a coincidence. You're right. Anyway, a world without control and order would collapse due to lack of rules. But the horsemen are the carriers of doom, so antagonistic to humanity. Their arrival/existence makes life more miserable for humans, which is the point of being apocalyptic messengers. It's why Makima said in part 1 that she wants to kill the other horsemen. It makes no sense to me how the presence of 3 riders is bad, but 1 rider is good for humanity. The only reason I can think of is my theory, which I want to get into. I actually wanted to get into that theory as soon as I finished part 1, reading part 1, because I had a talk with a friend, Akaketsugami here in the chat. I had a talk with him about the nature of devils that are reborn into the human world. We'll be getting into it, okay? But I suspect that I'm never gonna make a vibe check video, which is like a review of my reading experience of part 1. I need to write a script, edit it, record it, and make a video of it, and currently I don't know if I can do that, if I can do all of that. So I'm just gonna get rid of it on stream. So at least my theory is out there, okay? At least it has been said, spoken into existence, but just know that this theory I've already had for... When the fuck did I finish part 1? 4 months ago? Something like that. I don't know. I don't remember. I don't know what time is. So, the only reason I can think of is my theory that devils who call for the Chainsaw Devil's help are devils that want to be part of the human world and grow out of their nature. This is why we see some form romantic relationships, just like that, was it the Leech Devil and, was it the Bat Devil? They had a romantic relationship. Bond with animals, just like Power bonded with a cat. I know she's technically a fiend, but it's just a devil in a human's body. Wish to be equals to and hug humans. So my theory is basically that devils that are born into the human world are devils that want to evolve from their initial cause, from their initial state of being, as personified or manifested fears of humanity, and just act according to that fear. So, for example, if you're the darkness devil, you're gonna douse everything in darkness and kill people, humans, with darkness, right? Because that's what they fear, and you embody that fear. And my theory is that they want to evolve out of that, so that they're not just programmed, like, I don't know, insects and worms are programmed to perform specific tasks, and they just innately know what to do. They want to evolve one step further and be more in charge of their own purpose. This is why we see some form romantic relationships, bond with animals, wish to be equals to, and hug humans. So that's why they call for the Chainsaw Devil, so they can be reborn into the human realm. So they can be more human. They take on more human traits, like bonding with animals and so on. Devils are manifested fears, but they have personalities. They evolve out of that stage as just being humanity's antagonists and develop aspirations that go completely against their nature. Makima, wanting to be equal to humans, goes against her nature of being the domination devil. So her becoming the only horseman that is good for the world and humanity could be a step forward from initially being a horseman that is bad for humanity, and just a step before equality and support. It could be quite a beautiful and heartwarming road for devils to be offered in the manga, from being villains and apart from humanity, while born from it. They could work towards being one with humanity while becoming independent from it. Because they are born from humanity's fears, so their existence is dependent on humans, and their fear, they're born from it, from humans, but they're also antagonists to humans. But if they evolve, they could exist without humans and their fears and become friends with humans, like coexist. It would fit with Fujimoto's overarching Taoist theme of yin-yang, unity of polar opposites that are attracted by the slither of sameness they share. We have it in Fire Punch with Sun and Luna. Spoiler, sorry. Look Back, writer, artist, and Goodbye Eri, a boy that wants to commit suicide, and an immortal vampire. That's just a thought, but I don't know. That's what I said. So yeah, this is my theory that devils who are in the human realm are just devils that want to stop being devils, stop being just fear-inducing monsters. They want to, like, they came from humans, but they also want to be more human. And apart from human, they don't want their existence to be dependent on humans. They want to coexist with humans. That's why they take on traits of humans too, like human speech, relationship bonding, like romantic relationships, animals bonding, becoming friends, and so on. So that's very human. And Makima being one of the horsemen of the apocalypse that should actually just be an enemy to humanity and dominate humanity. She wants to be equal to humans. She wants to be hugged by humans. She wants to be understood by humans. So it goes against her nature. So that's what I think devils wanna be in this universe of Chainsaw Man. That's my theory. And I think, as I said, it fits with Fujimoto's leitmotif throughout all his works. That's just my opinion. So I wanted to get that theory out there because I have no idea if I'm ever gonna make a vibe check video on Chainsaw Man. I wish I could. But if I don't, at least the theory is out there. It's been put out there.